Hey everybody, Ben here from DMC Films and Cineblock Studios. I'm back with another real quick acrylic painting tutorial. So a lot of times when people are working on different acrylic painting projects, they're looking at creating gradients. And now for a nice big area like a sky, you're probably looking at something like glazing medium or just using a lot of paint or a spray bottle with water to get those sort of wide, broad areas for gradients. But for when you're working on a smaller area, there's actually a really easy way to do this. And all you need for it is just a simple flat brush and sort of two different colors of paint. So I've got a scrap of watercolor paper here and some leftover paint from my video I was just recording. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right into this. So I've got a sort of an orange mix over here as well as some blues. And for this, it's really, really simple. You just take sort of just you're coating paint on either side of the brush. So I'm going to get orange on one side and blue on the other. So I'm going to get blue and orange. And just kind of do this, mix them a little bit, and you don't want to cross because if you cross, everything just dies. So we're only pulling in one direction here, which is not a pun. So you've essentially created a gradient both on your palette and on your brush, and you can translate this directly onto your canvas surface. Like so. I'm actually going to mix in a little bit more orange. Seems to be leaning a little too far to the blue. And just like that, we have a nice, quick, simple gradient. Now you might think, okay, what am I actually going to do with a quick, simple gradient like this? Well, there's a few different really easy methods for it. For this one, since we kind of already have this shape, we can turn this into a tree, or into a tree trunk even. Again, just do that. So we have a sort of already measured out a light side and a shadow side to this. You can play with the roots a little bit, like so. So just like that, I have a nice sort of tree already sort of highlighted and shadowed out. You can use this as a base, or if you're feeling, really crazy, you can just leave it alone like this and simply use the simple brush gradient like so. So if you want to see a good example of this technique in action, at least in my own personal work, check out my painting process video Steel and Stone from a few years back. I actually use this in sort of the back cliff mountains that sort of fall vertical and everything like that. I grabbed that, could very well be that same brush, and do a quick, nice gradient to get those rocks all in place. We want to note that this isn't just sort of a big landscape element technique. You can use it for trees and mountains, sort of like I do, or you can use it for more smaller things. Think flower petals are a really good example of this. If you search acrylic painting tutorial for flower petals, I'm pretty sure there's an artist out there that does them really, really well. I don't do flowers, so don't ask me for an example, but please go check out their video. In addition to flower petals, you can also use this technique for things like bird feathers. So as quick as this was, I hope you found this technique useful in your own work, and always for more tips, tutorials, and other art videos, this has been from DMC Films and Cineblock Studios. See you guys next time.